everyone, welcome again to another episode of On the Couch with Winnie, where we have conversations that are centered around the culinary world, health and wellness, all things nice and spice. Now, you guys know that I've been cooking for the longest time, and sometimes when you cook, it's hard to have actual conversations that we need to start having, especially in these times where we're living in. And I thought it best to create this segment on the Zeelicious cooking series so I can have important guests come on the couch with me so that we can have these conversations. Today, I have a very special guest in the house, and her name is Amaka. Welcome, darling.
Thank you.
Chiamaka, right? I know you like to say Chiamaka.
Yeah.
Chiamaka.
Chiamaka is for people that are older than me.
Oh, really?
Anybody that calls me Chiamaka, you are literally older than me, because
Why?
every other person, they call me Amaka.
I think I like Amaka though.
It's fine.
Amaka.
It's fine. Yeah.
So Amaka is on the couch with me today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. And from the title of this episode, you can already see we're going to be talking about all things PCOS. And I'm sure you're wondering, okay, you're talking PCOS. Why Amaka? Why did you bring Amaka to talk about this? Now, Amaka has been very open on her journey with PCOS from when she discovered that she had PCOS and everything she has done to manage the condition. You call it the condition, right?
Yeah, like a syndrome. Yeah.
The syndrome. So I thought it best to just bring her because she's successfully cracked the PCOS code. And I know that the PCOS is actually a common thing that a lot of people go through. Yeah. So I thought it best to bring her on the couch so we can have the conversations around PCOS, and then maybe someone who is watching might pick a thing or two on how they too can manage the PCOS condition. Yeah. So Amaka, welcome again, and I'm
Thank you so much.
Very glad to have you here.
Thank you.
This conversation has been a long time coming.
Long overdue.
Over a year.
Over a year.
Over a year.
Over a year.
But I'm so glad that we're finally having it.
Yes.
So for context, I'm going to let Amaka give us a brief introduction about herself, just in case you don't know her. First of all, guys, this is Afterall Doctor's wife. This is the wife of the man that's peppering people on the internet. So harass her today.
Harass me.
Harass her today. The way her husband harasses us. All right, dear, please can you just introduce yourself?
Okay, hi, my name is Chiamaka Catherine Nwakalo Egemba, also known as Chef Amaka. I am an Afrofusion chef. I'm a culinary nutritionist in making.
Beautiful.
I'm also a graduate of the Economics Department of the University of Lagos. I am friendly, playful. I am the fire of Afterall Doctor's Bonbon. He's a very, very quiet man, by the way, in case you don't know. And I am a lot of things. I don't want to bore you guys. Just have this kind of introduction. I would it. Okay, I'm the first of 4 girls and a boy.
Oh, nice.
And I'm married, like you guys know. Which other information?
And you're beautiful. You know, I actually first discovered you on your show. You had a TV show.
Yeah. Rave TV.
Yes,
then.
You were a cooking show host.
Yeah,
so you didn't mention that you're cooking.
Yeah, I'm a cooking show host, and I left to start my own show that I know that Winifred is going to scold me because she has been asking me since, and I have not done anything. But I will resume.
Why? She started her YouTube channel and was doing so well, and then she stopped. Why did you stop?
I was still thinking.
Why did you stop, Amaka?
Okay,
because you've started and stopped and started and stopped and started and stopped.
Yes. So the challenge with me was I was trying to balance time and balance the fact that I do almost everything by myself. She
does a lot. Yes, I agree.
So right now that God is blessing me with the gift of good men, I am now utilizing them. That. Yes, it's a gift.
It's a gift.
It's a really good gift when God blesses you with the gift of good men and people that have your back. You know, so I'm utilizing them, and the beautiful thing is that they do more for the little that I give, and they know that if Amaka has more, they will enjoy. They all know, right? So I've gotten to that level right now, and I had to get hands because I couldn't deal. So right now I have a videographer I just hired.
Beautiful.
I just hired a videographer. Thank you. Yeah. So you'll be seeing content on YouTube from me very, very soon. Remember I told you that I fired everybody and started again. So when I fired everybody, I gave them a chance to reapply. And out of 6, 4 reapplied. And the beautiful thing is that when I sat down, I had a conversation with them like, why did you come back? And he said, we see the future. We see beyond the money you are giving us. The money you are giving us is too little, but we see what you are putting in. And where you want to, where you are going, and we want to be a part of that journey.
That's so beautiful. This is a lesson for you, girl. We have moved from PCOS to inspiring people.
Let's go back.
You know what? I'm gonna bring you on Winnie's Club Elegance platform.
No,
you don't mind, right?
I don't mind. I don't mind.
You're so wise. What? We need to be closer. Anyways, back to the PCOS conversation.
Yeah.
The very first, I'm going to be throwing a lot of questions at you.
No problem, break it down.
I'm also a little bit of a novice when it comes to this PCOS conversation.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of people say, oh, they have PCOS, they have PCOS. I've seen a lot of content online where people are talking about how they dealt with it.
Yeah.
And then how I think the major thing I know about PCOS is the fact that it actually causes infertility issues.
Yes.
Right? In women. So that's pretty much how much I know about it, right? So I want you to act as a spokesperson to educate people like me and people who are watching who don't know so much and who may know but actually don't know how to go about handling or managing it. So I'm going to be throwing a lot of questions at you. Okay, so Amaka, the first question I'm going to ask you around this PCOS conversation is, when did you discover that you had PCOS, or what events led you to discover that you had PCOS?
Okay, I got married June 2020. By we were not trying to conceive by then. We wanted to wait like 6 months before we start trying, right? But when we got to, I think, October, I observed that I was late, right? So we thought I was pregnant. Rather, we thought we were pregnant. And so I went for the test. It was negative. And then I went to the hospital and they did all the scan. They did the transvaginal scan and they did hormonal test. And they told me that I had PCO, which is polycystic ovaries.
Okay.
So I just had polycystic ovaries. However, he gave me metformin. Metformin is a drug given to people with that have diabetes.
Okay.
So he gave it to me and I was taking it and I did not understand why.
Okay.
Right. So he said it's to combat it and all that, and give me medicines like letrozole to help my eggs to see if I can get pregnant. Right. But after he gave me the drug to see my period, I found out that another 3 months after, I didn't see my period again, and I did all necessary tests and it was still negative. So when I went back, they told me that it has gotten into full-blown PCOS.
Okay.
And this was in 2020.
Okay.
So at that moment, we knew that we had to start trying immediately.
Trying for a baby?
Yes, trying for children. Immediately. We knew that we had to start trying immediately.
If not, what would have happened?
If not, I wouldn't be a mom.
In your whole life?
Yes. If not, I won't be a mom. Or if not, I will have certain conditions that the PCOS will bring that I may not be able to handle.
Okay, so sorry to cut you at this point. You mentioned something about you first had PCO.
Yes.
So what's the difference between PCO and PCOS?
It's just like the way you have someone has HIV and AIDS.
Okay.
So PCO is polycystic ovaries. You just have cysts around your eggs.
Okay.
A lady having cysts around her eggs is PCO.
And that cyst is where the problem is?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, if it's not managed properly, it will go into this PCOS, which is the full syndrome.
Oh, I see.
You get. So the things associated with these polycystic ovaries, you will now start to experience them.
Okay.
You get.
Okay.
So one of them is irregular periods. One of them is grown hair.
Facial
Lady
hair.
starts having facial hair. Another one again is higher upper body. I used to have a slimmer, I'll give you a picture.
Okay.
I used to have a slimmer upper body, but I still having a broader shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the signs that you know that you have.
There are some ladies that don't add weight, and there are some ladies that are even slim like you that still have PCOS.
Mm-hmm.
You get. But common ones is that you start to add weight, and then you won't be able to reduce, like control the weight. You understand? that is the common one. Then the advanced one, which I'm going to talk about later, is things like maybe diabetes, and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you? You said that what actually made you decide to go for the checkup is because your periods were late.
Yes, my periods were late.
Didn't you think that maybe you were pregnant?
Yes, I thought I was pregnant.
Okay, that's what made you go to the hospital.
Yes, so I did the test. I did the strip and I did normal pregnancy test and it was negative. So we had to go to the hospital. They did a lot of scan. The doctor made me happy by telling me that my womb is big enough to accommodate three children. Yeah, that my womb was so big and it was big enough.
So everything else was fine.
Everything was fine, just that the ovaries had cysts around them.
And because it had this cyst, it was now impossible for you to...
Yes, it was not going to grow properly in order for it to come out to be fertilized.
Oh, I see.
You understand? So it was just there.
Oh, wow. Okay. So just listening to you talk, I feel some emotion right now. To be honest with you, I'm not even sure how to explain it. From the fact that you said you and your husband weren't even planning to have a child at that time.
Yeah.
And then you missed your period. And then you thought you were pregnant. Then you went to the hospital and found out that it wasn't pregnancy, it was something else. Yeah. How did that affect you?
I won't lie, it brought me down.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking properly. It affected me in every sphere because that was the first time I'm hearing PCOS or PCO. And I remember asking the doctor whether it can be cured. And he said no, that it can be managed.
So PCOS cannot be cured?
It can't be cured. It can be managed. And again, the issue, when I had an interview with a TV station, I said that the issue is that sometimes they give us this medicine and they not explain what this and
medicine
this
is for.
Yeah. So I took metformin. I knew that it was for diabetic people. But did I have diabetes?
No.
So they were like, it was going to help with it. But it was affecting my mind. And I didn't like the way I felt after taking
the medication.
Metformin. So I dumped it. So the doctor told me, take the metformin, which is true. You take the metformin and try as much as you can to lose your weight. You most likely get pregnant.
That was the doctor's advice.
That was the doctor's advice.
I know that food has played a major role in how you've been able to manage PCOS. So I'm going to come to that shortly.
Yeah.
But still on the mental health issues, you said it affected you, apart from the medication you were taking. The news that you now know that you have this thing affected you mentally. How did that affect every other part of your life? Like in everything you were doing, even with your husband, your communications with him. Of course, he was aware of all of these things. How did it affect your relationship with him, your relationship with friends? I know you told me a story of somebody who came on Twitter to say some foolish things about you. Yeah. Can you just shed more light on that?
Okay, so the thing is, I am naturally a fighter. And I think that's the way my dad brought me up. So if we are given a task, we try our best to make sure that we see it to the last.
It shows.
When I found out that it was PCOS and it can be managed, I did what I could. But maybe because there was not enough information that I needed at that time. So I dropped it and then I had unnecessary cravings. That's another thing it brought. Sugar cravings. So it affected me in the sense that it took a lot for a woman to be amongst friends and you are the only one not pregnant.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Especially after you just got married and everyone is just expecting this from you.
So if we have a clique, right?
Yeah.
And in that clique, I am the only one without a child. It takes a lot of the fact that I believe that God has not forgotten me. I believe that, I'll get through this. I remember that I was in the toilet. I was crying. I told God that I literally planned my life hoping for this. I've always experienced delay. Let me not call it delay. I've always experienced a kind of waiting, because delay is different from waiting.
Definitely.
So I've experienced waiting. I waited 3 years to enter the university. I graduated at 15. I waited 3 to 4 years to enter 4 years to enter the university. And I finished university. I waited another 2 years to serve. And I met my husband. I waited another 2 years again to get married. And now I'm married. I'm not waiting. This is the 4th year.
Do you think there's something in the waiting period that's actually preparing you for what's to come?
I think that is what I am. That I'm looking at the beautiful side of it. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry to go religious, right? Okay. So something that I've learned after my husband's surgery, all thanks to Mojisola Delano. She's my
Hi, Moji. I love Moji. I know Moji.
Yeah, she introduced the gospel to me, and I was able to see God in a different way. Mm-hmm. And I got to understand that in every of those waiting period, God was preparing me.
Preparation.
So then when I feel like, God has forgotten me, God hasn't actually forgotten me. Because if I think about it, if I had entered the University of Lagos at the age of 15,
I know that girl, I know that
Let me not go there.
Let's not go there.
Let's not go there. And there's a reason why I stayed that long, right? My husband, on the other hand, we dated. No, let me not say dated. Let us say we courted, right? Mm-hmm. Because the moment he told me to ask me out. He asked me out rather.
He proposed.
He proposed like 2 months after.
You mentioned.
And then we had to wait because he's a Nigerian doctor. You are surviving on a small salary. You're the first in the family. I am the first of my family. So imagine an opera and coming together. But I learned that waiting period, God was preparing me for something big, right? And I always tell God that, man, when these people come, it's gonna be mega. I'm gonna lock the street.
I love. You're giving hope to people, though.
They don't know.
I really like this energy. How long have you been married for?
4 years.
I love your energy. Like you don't even look like someone who is going through anything.
No. And the beautiful thing about this journey is that my relationship with my husband didn't shake one bit.
I was going to say, apropos doctor, take your flowers. Because I have seen you and your husband together, and that man is in love with this woman. I'm telling you for free. That man literally worships the ground that she walks on. And I think that actually that's also what has helped you stay mentally strong through this
I agree, because even when he was dragged, so how I was accused of beating my husband and all that was because my husband was dragged online. And they know that they can't get to my husband directly. He has left that level of responding to trolls.
Yeah, it's tough.
So they know that the next thing they will get to is me. And I will never forget that day.
Tell us what happened.
Okay. I was supposed to drop my sisters at the airport because they came into the country to, see us and then go back. I'm the only one in Nigeria, by the way. So, I was supposed to go. So I had to get a second opinion, because that's the thing with this journey. You always want to get second, third, fourth, fifth. But right now, after getting the second opinion, I got a third and final opinion. And that was it, because the person was really, really, she was really thorough. And I will go to her later. So I got another doctor, and then he gave me promises that if I can take this medicine, if I can take that, if I can do some necessary tests, that by March, April, I should be pregnant. And this was in 2022. Yes. So, January, I was supposed to go for a particular test to check if the fallopian tubes are blocked. And so the way it is, when I told my husband was like, did the doctor tell you that it's painful? Because my husband, he does not like when I'm in pain. He doesn't like it. So he told you, did he tell you that it's painful? The doctor said, oh no, it's just some little discomfort. I said, okay, no problem. So when I went for the test, they literally injected a dye inside the, so there's a particular kind of I don't know what this thing called. They will open me like this with a particular iron.
Sorry, when you say open you like the...
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They will get a particular, let me say, an instrument.
Okay.
And a medical instrument. And they put it into me and they open me properly. So they open the cervix, they open they open it, and then they insert something into me and then inject the dye. Then underneath and on top is the scan or the scan here to check, to take clips of it inside. So that dye is meant to like show if did the dye go through? Was there a blocking. That's how people find out whether they have fallopian tube blockage and all that. And so he said, let me do all the necessary tests, and that was one of it. So they did it, I finished it, and they told me I should wait for some minutes, but I was still in pain. I was in severe pain that when my husband was driving me back, if he climbs the gallop, I feel the pain. So I was in so much pain that when I came down from the car, I wasn't walking. I was almost crawling, and it took a lot of stamina to stand up and work. So my immediate younger sister went to drop the twins at the airport, and then I went upstairs and I was in bad pain. And so I couldn't eat, I couldn't do anything. I was in pains, and that pain lasted for 3 days. On one of those days, that was when a guy mentioned that I beat my husband, and that was because I am taller than him. So my husband is 5'10".
Yeah.
I'm 6'1".
Oh, I see.
So I'm very well taller than him.
You're tall.
And he loves Amazons, right? He loves Amazons. So, girl, wear your heels.
Do your thing.
If you're wearing 6 inches, please wear your 6 inches with confidence. He loves Amazons. You get? So he always says something like, God knew why he didn't make me tall, because nobody will hear what. And I told him, guy, you are not short either. You are just average height. Now short is 5'5". Now you are 5'10".
It's definitely not short. You are just taller.
I'm just taller.
Yeah.
Right? The next thing, they brought the picture of my husband and I standing together, obviously taller than him, and say, look at, why don't you think this is happening? He must definitely be beating Anna. He must, from my picture. She must
definitely be beating him.
Yeah, she must basically be beating him from picture. And I was like, huh? Next thing, somebody just said that he cheats on me and that I beat him and all that.
Oh my God. And you were saying all this with the
pain and I was typing. And my husband was like, he saw my reply. He came and told me, I'll stop posting your picture because these things are getting to you. I will stop. And that is the reason why the few times we post our pictures, our anniversaries and birthdays, we don't post again. Because if you leave us, that man, forget he's a quiet man. He loves to flaunt what he has.
Yeah.
So he flaunts me easily. So imagine both of us taking pictures and they'll be like, your mother. They will call me his mom. They don't know that it's part of the things I'm getting from PCOS.
Yes.
I used to be slimmer.
I know
your pictures. I used to be slimmer, like and next to you are calling me his mother because I am bigger. Best way old past me. I'm sorry for the picture.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's okay.
Someone that is older than me, someone that I honor and respect. I beat him. I don't know. Come and say it in my face. I'll keep it. Like, are you okay?
Oh no.
So I cried in pains and everything. I was like, me because of, and the guy said something like, tell me how 30-something years cannot father a child.
Oh my God.
I will never forget that day. He said cannot father a child, and that is, he mentioned certain things about the fact that he is the woman in the marriage and I'm the one controlling him. That is the reason why he cannot father a child.
This is somebody on social media who doesn't even know you personally.
And the guy claimed that he had proof. This is so insensitive. The stupid person didn't know that my sisters and my husband's best friend was chatting up with him, like was sending a message there. I'm very sure you watched the video. The people that sent him that message, 2 were my younger siblings. 1 was his best friend, and all they said is, give us evidence, we will give you money. 1 said, I'll give you $1,000. 1 said, I'll give you 1 million. And he was insulting them on top. Was telling them they should go with the money. He didn't know that he was insulting my siblings, my husband's best friend.
Oh my God.
And my husband was like, "Shey, you see, they don't get evidence. They just want to make agenda to agenda." And next thing, few of the news entered blogs. I know once your news enter blog,
it's everybody's opinion that now.
I'm telling you. So that's why anytime we go anywhere and we do anything, we're like, the first thing we shout is, Insta blog. Hey. Hey. We're always careful. So that was the reason why my husband stopped posting me, except on my birthdays and our anniversary. And I post him on his birthday. We stopped posting. And that's it. And that's unlike us. Because we plant ourselves.
So this was happening at the time when you had just gone for this very painful test.
Yes.
And then you heard someone say this nonsense, and then that battle went on for a bit. How did you heal from that experience?
So I had to go off. So people called me. They know that it was affecting me. They told me to go off. So I had to deactivate. I didn't delete the app.
Of course.
I deactivated all my apps. We stayed like that for like 1 week. I got better and I came back.
And then you got back. This is actually a message to people out there who put out insensitive messages to people. You never know what people are going through.
At all.
Because I used to know Amaka when she was very slim. Very slender. And then, of course, she now had to deal with this PCOS situation that made her put on a few pounds back then. I think
I've even dropped.
Yes, a lot.
I was 107. It was close to 110. Right now, I'm 100 or 99. And I intend, my doctor told me, try and get to 90.
Get back down.
And that's it.
So she's dealing with this and then going through this, and then you're just there behind your keypad typing rubbish.
Do you know the funny thing? I say some things I like, can you say it to my face? And sometimes I go as far as say, if you don't respect me, respect my height. Yeah. This height that God has given me is not a waste.
It's not.
Because if you stand and talk, it's possible I'll be looking at you like this. You get, I'm not bragging. I'm like, you literally
your height
can't say this thing to my face.
Yes.
You literally, I will most likely not take it lightly with you. I may be gentle because of, they may raise a lot of narrative. But if I wasn't popular, I know what to do.
Yeah. And this also goes to show, apart from who is a public figure, please don't ask women questions like, why are you adding weight? Are you pregnant? Women are dealing with a lot. There's so many things we deal with internally that doesn't have physical symptoms.
Yeah.
And then when you imagine you asking somebody, why are you adding weight? And she's dealing with a PCOS condition, for example, and you're asking her that question.
Or a lady with a lot of pimples on her face.
And then you're saying, what's wrong with your face? God. I think we should just let people breathe and not ask them questions, because you never can tell what a person is going through.
Exactly.
Unless you know this person personally, then you can now ask questions from a very sensitive place, not because you just want to ask a general question and throw questions in the air. Does that make sense?
I agree.
Oh my God, girl, you're a strong woman.
I had to build the strength. It wasn't there before. There are certain times that you have to build that strength. The
strength you had to develop along the way was very vital to your journey through managing PCOS. Because if you hadn't developed that strength, right, I don't know how you would have been able to manage through. And then, of course, I think at this point, you personally, I know you give him his flowers, but give him his flowers in public.
Me, I'll always give him his flowers. He has been nothing short but amazing. He has been really, really supportive. My accountability partner, he's someone that covers me. He covers me seriously. When he said he was not going to post me again, I thought that maybe he wasn't proud of me.
Yes.
But I found out that he was shielding me.
It was from a place of love.
It was from a place where he was literally shielding me because he didn't like the way his wife felt. And then he wants to ensure that, his wife is happy and safe. My husband is really, really amazing. I guard him jealously.
I'm happy for you.
And he guards me jealously as well.
So would you say that the place of supportive partners, supportive people around you actually plays a major role in helping you manage the PCOS?
Most definitely. Most importantly, if a lady is single and she has PCOS, she needs supportive people around them. That's the reason why I started something called BAM Wellness. I started
BAM Wellness?
Body and mind.
Oh, I love
because
that.
It came from the point of, my body and then my mind.
Your mind.
You get? So if you are able to, everybody is doing body, but we need to first conquer the mind.
Mental.
You understand? Because if we are doing just body, there are times that we'll go back. But it is our mind that is going to help us.
You can actually only sustainably heal or go through that wellness in your body when you're strong in your mind.
There are some people that just go through that wellness in the body just because they want to see the results. What if they don't see the results?
It's not sustainable.
What if they don't even see the results? You get? Let me give you an example.
And then you relapse. Oh, okay. Okay, so I think the next question I'm going to ask you now is, which is the main reason for this topic, and then I'm sure that there are lots of people out there who would also want to know this. How have you been able to manage this condition called PCOS? You've talked about how, you dealt with it mentally, but how have you been able to deal with it physically? And then I want us to touch majorly on the role of food. How food has helped in helping you manage the situation. And I'm going to piggyback to what you said about your doctor. The doctor was giving you medication that was making you lose your mind, lose your sanity.
Yeah.
And for some people out there, you probably have better information and knowledge, and you knew that this medicine wasn't doing me any good.
Yeah.
And then you tossed it to the side and decided to find a new remedy. Yeah. And I'm sure that one of the remedies you found was food.
Yeah.
So how have you been able to manage PCOS, right? And what role has food played in the management of PCOS in your life?
See, food.
You say this thing like food is the all in all.
Food. Before I discuss about food, let us go to how.
Okay.
So, like I said earlier, I had an interview and I was talking to them about, how some doctors sometimes they do just the one that they feel that they can do without taking it in a more holistic form, right? And I even went as far as even saying in the interview that if there are more women as gynecologists, I know that there are more women as gynecologists, but if there are more women, right, it would help. And this is why, I'm not saying that the male doctors are not good. They are good, though. They are good, right? They gave me metformin. Even my present doctor actually said that is actually the right medicine they should give you. You get? They gave me metformin. I didn't know what it was for, so it was messing with my mind, and I threw it away.
Threw it out.
Yeah, and then I started exercising. I couldn't maintain it because I had unnecessary cravings. Now, when I met this doctor, what she told me was, I was taking a lot of.
You want to talk about this new doctor? Is she?
Yeah.
Can we mention her name?
Yes, we can mention her name. Dr. Lewu. Oh my God, she calls me Mama. Dr. Abosede Lewu. She is amazing.
You speak so highly of her.
She is amazing.
Can anyone dealing with PCOS contact her?
You can contact her. Oh my God, I can't remember. Like, if you go to her clinic, it's so pink. It's so pink. Yes, you need to go. Maybe one day I'll take you there just for you to see.
Okay.
You see biscuit and everything. Like, it's so pink. And see, look at the joy of your face. When you go there, right? There is this level of privacy in the sense that, she gives every one of us different time. So you cannot meet a fellow woman there. You are literally on your own. You think that she does not have patience. Madam, she has patience too.
Beautiful.
She has patience. But she understands that she wants, her women to be comfortable. So sometimes we sit, we walk around, we eat biscuits, we drink water. Everywhere is pink.
Oh, I love that.
And she's, oh, Mama. She calls me Mama. Oh, Mama, how are you doing? Oh my God, I wish she's here. You need to meet Dr. Lewu.
You should have her.
Oh my God, we should have her.
I definitely
Dr. Abosede Lewu. My husband.
I love you for her.
Jesus. She's the sweetest doctor I have ever met. Right? Let us go back. Okay. So when she told me, because I was taking medicine that will help my eggs to grow properly, right? But because I was not doing the right measures, it wasn't growing properly. So the first thing she said is, I told her I was trying properly for 2 years. So she told me, okay, first of all, Amaka, stop all the medication you are taking. Stop all the supplements you are taking. Stop it. Stop Felvin. It's going to mess you up too. So
is Felvin the painkiller?
Yes, the painkiller. So I had to stop it and manage the menstrual cramps, right? Not until before my husband's surgery, I found out that I couldn't see properly. And then I was like, why? I can't see properly. Like everywhere was blurred. And my husband was saying, well, you know, in your family, you guys wear glasses. And me and my siblings, right? I'm the only one that don't wear glasses. So he was like, maybe it's old age. But even at that, sugar too can also contribute to it. So the next day, what my husband did was that, okay, let me take you to the eye clinic. Let us get glasses for you. And then we'll also take you to the lab to do a blood test. So my husband took me for fasting blood sugar, and that was what he did. Fasting blood sugar, that was what we did. And then we went to the hospital for the optician for the eye test. So when she got my everything, and the woman was wise enough to say, okay, let me check all your eyes. They've gotten my prescription for glasses, but she was like, let me check your eyes. She checked, she was like, everything is fine. Everything is fine. She now asked me, have you checked your blood sugar before?
Sugar level.
I was like, no. Why? I feel it's for elderly people. She was like, no, okay, let us just check it. And then she pitched my husband was sitting down.
Tell me, it was off the roof.
And she put it there. And she asked me, have you eaten today? I said no. She was like, even if you have eaten today, this thing is too high. I asked her, what is it? She said 365. I know that my husband froze there. But me, I was like,
you understand the numbers?
I do understand the numbers. I was like, so what is the normal? She said 80 to 100. I said, what? Girl, I am a walking candy.
Girl, wait, tell me, what was your diet like before that time? What were you eating?
I was eating everything eatable.
You didn't have, there was no restrictions?
No, there was no restrictions to me.
Damn it!
I told you that I had sugar cravings. I was eating cake, I was eating everything. Donut, I was eating everything.
300.
I was even taking fresh fruit juice. I was taking everything. See that I'm sitting normal. So I froze. I was like, Amaka, you are a walking candy.
Damn it.
You are a walking sweet.
So you were pre-diabetic, pretty much, right? Or you are not
diabetic.
And then you were dealing with the PCOS thingy.
Guess what? That was what led to it.
Oh.
Because it was not properly managed. That is the syndrome.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because when I was doing the research, it was kind of linked to diabetes somehow.
Insulin resistance.
The insulin resistance thing.
It was kind of linked.
Oh my God! And that was light bulb moment for you.
My husband couldn't concentrate. He got medicine for me, glucofade. It was not bringing it down. That was when I understood when they say doctors don't treat their loved ones. The next day, he checked my sugar. It was 340, 342. My husband said, this thing is not coming down.
It's high.
This thing is still not coming down. He bundled me. Babe, we are going to the hospital. You may sleep in the hospital. We got to the hospital and the doctor looked at me and she told me.
That's Dr. Abosede or someone else?
No, not doctor. This is another
someone
doctor.
Else.
That's someone else. And she told me, okay, I'm not going to be admitted, right? But I need to do unnecessary tests because there are certain things that diabetes can affect.
Yes.
So I had to do something with my liver, my kidney, every part of my body. I had to do it.
Like a full body test.
Full body test. And including HbA1c to let me do my sugar levels for the past 3 to 6 months. So that test, if people that are diabetic, you want to do wuru to the answer. And then you decide, okay, I will eat normally so that when doctor check, it will be normal. My dear, if you do HbA1c, they will catch you. So when we did the test, the doctor said, all she just did was that she said that the glucofade wasn't working for me. It wasn't bringing down my numbers. So she gave me another medication that I will not mention.
Okay.
Right? She gave me another medication. It had higher doses and told me to take it. Right? So I took it. It had both metformin and another medicine together. Right?
And
that will help. You get. Then she now encouraged me, the thing I now preach now. Your plates, divide your plate into this thing.
So I was going to just say something right now, right?
Yeah.
So what made your blood sugar levels spike up pretty much is the fact that you were eating
anyhow,
scatteredly.
I was eating anyhow. I was eating rubbish.
Mindlessly.
I will eat cake today, tomorrow I'll eat pizza. See, eating these things, right? It's not bad. It's the consistency
in it. You do it every
time.
Apart from even the cakes and the ice cream and the pizza, even the normal regular food.
Yeah, even
the rice, the beans, the yams, the quantity you eat.
Fruit juice, freshly squeezed fruit juice affected me.
So this is the reason why I'm saying this is that whenever I'm preaching this gospel, especially on Instagram, and people are like, Winnie, do you really survive on these things you eat? I'm like, this is the right way to eat.
This is actually it.
When I tell someone that I literally have cut out rice for my diet, they're like, are you joking? Cut out rice? I'm like, yes, rice was doing me more harm than good.
Everybody needs to understand their body
system
and know which one works for them.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I still eat rice, but I eat it with caution.
Makes sense.
I eat it with so much caution.
So the point I was just trying to bring back before you continue your story, sorry for cutting you short, is just pretty much to let people know that food is actually what causes a blood sugar spike and increases your blood sugar levels. Yeah. Okay, so please continue.
If you don't eat food properly, you can end up becoming diabetic, even if you do not have signs, or even if you don't have a family history of diabetes. So as much as possible, yes, are they going to be sugar spike? Yes, but let it be reasonable, right? You get, like, for instance, in my community, I don't I tell them that you cheat though, you do your cheat days though, but it's not going to be consistent. I can take pizza 3 times a week. And then the quantity also matters. And then there are physical activities that you can perform that ensures that there's no blood sugar spike. So for example, after eating that pizza, you can take a walk.
Do you lay down on your bed or on the couch, or do you take a walk? Because when you take a walk, there's a major difference.
There's a big difference.
Blood sugar spike than when you just go back and lay down on your bed. And that's why it's also very not advisable for you to eat and then
just sit down. It's better you take walks. It helps. So what now happened?
I'm so happy we're having this conversation.
What now happened was that my mom came around. We first of all wanted to look for a way to bring that sugar thing down. So I found out that exercise will help.
Definitely.
But exercise was like the 30%. The 70% was my food.
Was your diet.
So I had to start. For the first 1 week, I focused heavily on vegetable and
started following you, like I started watching you closely because you kept posting about it on social media.
I started going heavily on vegetables and proteins first for the first 1 or 2 weeks. So when I did that and I was taking that medicine and I was exercising, it was coming down.
The numbers kept dropping.
And that was how I entered 100 and something, and I knew that I said, God, oh. In 2 weeks, I entered 100 and something.
Praise the Lord.
So that was when I now brought in carbs again. I brought in little carbs. I brought my rice.
But then you now started being mindful.
Becoming mindful. So what now happened was, I now told myself. So my doctor, Dr. Abosede, now I spoke to her that this is what they found. And she told me that, let me tell you, it is this PCOS that caused this thing. I was like, Ma? She said, yes. And she told me, is it that they did not check your blood sugar when you went for test? I told her, I will not lie. This is the first time. She was like, no, that's wrong. Any doctor, once they diagnose you PCOS, they should actually check your sugar level. They should check your HbA1c. They should check this. They shouldn't just give you medicine like that.
I tell you to just
look at if this information she gave me was given to me earlier, I would have known better. Maybe while they found out that I had polycystic ovaries, you get. Then they would have now told me, okay, let us do your blood sugar. Then I do my blood sugar, and then they'll present it and they'll tell me, okay, this is one of the signs. So what you need to do is that you need to be mindful of, like, show me reasons. So you're going to take this medicine, it's going to help. So what now happened was that when my sugar level now came down to like 80, and the normal is 80 to 100, so my own was like 80, 90, 101, it came down. Oh, my HbA1c was 13.5. The normal was 4.5 to 6.6. So I was literally a walking candy.
Damn it.
Literally. Sweet. I was literally a walking sugar. There's anything like that.
And when your body is on that high sugar level, like you're on the highest level of acidity.
Sis, let me tell you, all this story of slump and die.
Yeah, that's how it happens.
Is this,
That's how it happens.
And you'll be blaming village people.
Yeah. People just slump and die like that.
My doctor was like, this test should actually be done. That is the first thing she does. She checks their sugar first. Once she finds out that they have polycystic ovaries, she checks their sugar. That is a must for her. And I was like, and then she now starts educating on how it can be managed. Then link you up with a nutritionist or a dietitian because diet too plays a part.
The most important role. Right?
Yeah. So that was what she told me. I was like, oh wow. So I wasn't sensitive with those medicine that was going to help my eggs grow well. I wasn't sensitive to it again because I've taken it too much. Not on a good diet. But the moment my diet was
changed
better.
Your diet.
And then I told my husband that, okay, this is my life now. And then I told myself something, because there's something I teach my women. I tell them, you are who you say you are. If I say I have diabetes, then you have it. But I don't have diabetes. My sugar just went up. As it went up,
I love that.
It will come down. That is it. That is what I said.
I love that.
And I maintained that mindset.
And then took action.
I took action. So when I died, the first thing I said was, how can I make this thing enjoyable? And so I started looking for recipes that will help me.
Fun and interesting ones.
Yeah. Then I did that, and then I took my medicine, and my sugar level went down. I won't lie, even when my husband was in the hospital, at Lagoon Hospital for his surgery, I was wondering how I was going to cope with this new information. Especially the fact that time I was cooking, and this was 1 month after my diagnosis his own came, right? So I was now wondering, because I've been doing homemade cooking, I've not been eating out. How am I going to survive? And I started reading. I started doing everything. I started, increasing my salads, eating my vegetables, increasing my knowledge on all this, more protein. I started increasing it. And in the hospital, while my husband was on the sick bed for once, my sugar did not go up to 120. It was well managed. And when I went for my HbA1c, my doctor told me, it has come down to 6.6.
Wow.
That is still high, but it's borderline.
Yes.
Because it's 6.5 or so. And after continuing again with exercise, simple exercise like walking.
See, walking can change your whole life.
I carry weights.
Yes.
But you see that walking is like, that's what I educate my ladies now. I tell them, see, walk, dance. That dancing is even sweet.
Move your body. Your body was designed to be moved.
To be moved.
Not to stay in one place.
Once I eat like this, I'll just go and take a walk. I did everything. My sister, I checked my HbA1c again. It was getting low. It was 4.3. I said, yeah.
I'm so happy for you now.
And next thing, I went for a transvaginal scan. I read the report. I was like, I called her. I said, Mama, this result is different from the one I've been seeing. She said, what happened? I told her, Mama, they are not seeing cysts in my eggs again.
Beautiful.
No cysts in my eggs.
And this happened after your diet change.
This thing happened in 6 months. 6 months.
Beautiful.
6 months from November. My sugar went down. My HbA1c went down. My eggs were no longer polycystic. They were now healthy. They were now very healthy.
Beautiful.
And since then I've been so full of joy that I was so eager to share this knowledge with everybody. You can do this thing. You can just do this thing. Just do that thing. Meet my doctor.
Okay. So I can feel your excitement. Your
excitement
is really it's getting to me. So I want to ask, right? Food has played, from everything you've said, it's just obvious that food has played a vital role,
a big role
in helping you not just manage, but ensure that you talked about the cysts now. You now there's no cysts around the eggs anymore when you had your test.
Yes.
And then before we continue, this also goes to show that there's a lot of diseases and sicknesses that people go through that can actually be
associated with food. That can be associated with food and can be reversed
with food. So you need to be very mindful of what you eat and stop saying, I beg. When somebody like me comes and says, when you're eating rice, for example, eat only this much, and then fill your plate with vegetables. And you're like, Winnie, I beg, no, they suffer us. Those are the kind of things you hear from people. You're suffering us. That's suffering. Where's the real food? And sometimes, like you said, you don't even know what is happening inside your body.
Yeah.
And when you now go for a test, you now find out that your blood sugar level has gone up to 300, and then
your blood pressure is high.
It's very high.
Yeah.
And you're wondering, why do I have the headache?
Why do I have the
tired?
this?
Why am I feeling dizzy and all of that? So please, food plays a vital role in your overall health as an individual, and you need to be paying it very close attention. So, Amaka, please, for anyone who is now going through this PCOS journey, or even generally, how were you able to make, for someone who had a very sweet tooth, you had the cravings, how were you able to make the transition? What are those things that helped you make that transition from being someone who could eat cakes and pizzas and everything to now eating this healthy organic food? Like, how did you do it?
Okay, so first of all, what I did was I first of all told myself that no food is bad.
True.
But too much of everything is bad.
Thank you.
I had to also take note of the things that would not be favorable for my body. And then I set it aside.
Okay.
Another thing again is I took the sweet things as a reward.
So once in a while affair.
Yes. For example, I told my husband I was craving ice cream. And he told me when I carry his baby and I drop them without having diabetes in pregnancy,
you can have your ice cream.
I can have my ice cream. Look at the motivation. Look at the motivation. I love that. So even when I told you that, babe, I want ice cream, he told me, have you forgotten our
agreement? Ice cream for you.
No ice cream for now.
Oh.
And I'm motivated that I'm going to have ice cream soon.
That's so beautiful.
So I'm having those sweet things as a reward. The cake, I ate cake on my birthday. You get, I see it as a reward for something that I've done. And again, I also observed that one time of eating something is not going to hurt me.
It's not going to hurt
so
you.
I'm going to just see it as a reward. So eat this thing, even if I want to eat it, maybe Another thing again was that because I had a sweet tooth, I had to start researching on fruits with low GIs that are sweet.
Yeah.
That will
Please,
not.
for context, what is GI? For people who don't know.
Glycemic index. That is the rate at which what you eat spikes your sugar levels and all that. Is essential for some of us that are watching our sugar levels and all that. So I had to take note of those fruits. One of them was I love English pears.
Okay.
So I eat English. In fact, if you want to
win
my heart, just get English pears for me and give me knife. I'll pray for you. You get, so I ate English pears. I took grapes once in a while, strawberry, blueberries.
Yeah.
You get, if it's so expensive, I leave those ones. I stick with those ones, with the regular ones, apples, grapes, oranges. I went for those ones. So those very sweet ones like pineapple and watermelon, I didn't take them all the time. Like, even when I was trying to reduce my sugar levels, I didn't take it at all until I found out that I was maintaining my normal levels, 80, 90, 100, 80. That was when I started taking the watermelon, the pineapple, the banana in moderate portions. Okay,
so you're saying that it's important to keep a close check on your blood sugar levels, especially if you have PCOS.
Yes, you have to. It's a must.
So you have to, do they need to invest in the monitor?
Yes, you have to.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things I tell people in my community, I told them, okay, the first community I had, I told them, if you can, please buy a monitor.
A monitor.
So you check your fasting blood sugar. It's very important. You need to check your sugar levels and if possible, check your BP. You need to check those two. Also, there are other attributes of things in PCOS. Sometimes this part of your hand can be like black. Okay. Your neck can be black.
Okay.
You get a sign of insulin resistance, which is also associated with PCOS. So you need to take note of all these things. So one way I was able to combat that sweet tooth was to find fruits that have low GIs that I can eat that will not spike my sugar levels. Then also use those things to create snack. So as against using sugar, I can use something like sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes is sweet, so if I use it to make a nice cookie or something, it will go a long way for me, and mix it with fibers. It's going to help me, give me that sweetness and everything. Chocolate, dark chocolate,
yes.
I don't go for milk chocolate. To me, it's a joke for people with PCOS. If it's before, I can eat it, but right now I can't. So what I do is 50% cocoa to 70% cocoa. I don't do 85 or 90. To me, you are punishing yourself. I like soft life.
So I think that with everything you're just saying, it looks to me like you took a basic. You got basic knowledge of what nutrition is about.
Yeah, basic from research.
From research on the internet.
From the internet. And another thing again was I had people that are dietitians around me. I have asked the dietitian.
Okay.
I was able to tell her that this and this is what I've got, this and this is what I have done so far, and this was how I was able to bring it down. And then she told me, Amaka, let me give you my meal plan. Let me give you my meal plan so that you can also use use my own to add up to what you know. And then what I did was that I was able to look at hers and look at what I'm doing because I record my food. I found out that
works.
Yeah.
Or just put them together.
And another thing again was that I was doing compare and contrast. Okay, what am I doing well here?
Okay.
Am I doing my meal plan well here? So I found out that I was doing well, actually, with my food measurements.
Okay.
Then I followed that meal plan and found out that I was full. Like, imagine eating yam, one round yam, but you are eating it with plenty
Lots of vegetables
and fish.
You will get full.
When I ate it, I said, Adiola,
you will get full fast.
I am full. And I'm not hungry.
You get full fast.
I ate it for breakfast.
Funny thing is, I'm actually a nutritionist in training, and I actually discovered, not just from studying, but from personal experience, that you actually get fuller faster on more protein and fats.
Vegetables, and good fats
than on carbohydrates. Carbohydrate just
except the carbohydrate is fiber rich.
Very fiber rich.
Like, for instance, I love the new one that everybody is telling me, Madam, rest, is fonio. I love fonio. Fiber rich.
Is it the one that seeds?
Acha.
It
looks like couscous.
Yeah, it's very tiny.
Yeah. I love it. It's so fiber dense.
What do you make with it?
I do a lot of things. Stir fries, puddings.
I need to bring you into my kitchen.
No, I'll do plenty of things.
So pretty much, I think that if you can afford to get a dietitian or hire the service of a nutritionist, please, by all means, go ahead and hire one.
Please.
But then if you can't hire one, I also think that you should take a basic course.
General knowledge.
Nutrition. Just go on the internet and search for, first of all, basic knowledge in nutrition. What do I need to eat right to be on a balanced diet every day? What are the foods I need to eat to help me combat or manage my PCOS? And then you find information like that. Or you can even, do you take personal consultation?
I actually coach people on how I was able to do it, and also let them know that it may not work for you, but this is based on my knowledge. I will guide you. Alright. Like, for instance, what I did was that I first of all went on the internet and checked what diabetic people eat.
I have a meal plan for diabetes people, though.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have a meal plan for that. I'll probably leave it in the description box just in case.
So I put it there, what diabetic people eat. And I watched videos, I watched a lot of things, I am so keen on Nigerian food, I'm so keen
because
on
we're Nigerians,
we are Nigerians, so I was speaking, if I see kale, I'll say, okay, ugu. If I see this one, I'll say this one. So I was doing everything like that. And then I also forgot to mention smoothies. I was going for green smoothies most of the time. And my green smoothies was just a combination of yogurt, Greek yogurt. And another thing I learned, let me finish the smoothie. I used a lot of Greek yogurt, apples, lettuce,
and then the berries.
And with the berries, if you can afford it. I didn't like the taste of spinach.
Me too. I don't like it.
So instead of spinach, I would rather use lettuce, because lettuce is
a bland
neutral and bland taste, and then cucumbers, and it helped me a whole deal. And my snack, as against eating the cookies and everything, I have chocolate, I have fruits, I have the green one, and I also have yogurt. Yogurt.
You see Greek yogurt, guys.
You see Greek yogurt.
Get into it.
Yogurt.
Get into it. I was actually I'm the brand ambassador for Mitch and K Greek yogurt, right? And when that partnership happened, I was like, about them time.
Yeah. There's nothing as good as promoting something that you so believe in. You go all out.
You say Greek yogurt, get into Greek yogurt. I think it's they call it a cheat meal. They call it cheat code.
You can take it as a snack, you can take it as a breakfast, you can take it as dinner, you can take it as
it's low in calories, and then it has a lot of nutrients.
It has a lot of nutrients.
Excellent for your gut health. It's just everything nice. You can take it even way before bed.
That's what I'm saying. That you can take it as breakfast, you can take it as
lunch,
snack,
dinner.
You can take it as dinner, you can take it as after dinner.
You can even wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning if you like and take your Greek yogurt.
It's not if my husband catch you, we will deny you. We don't know.
So something I like to do, so when that craving comes at night, like when you're that craving that comes after you've had your dinner before bedtime, something I do is I just put Greek yogurt and berries with some groundnuts.
Yes.
Mix it together.
And that's all.
And that thing keeps you
It will keep you full.
I'm not even joking.
It will keep you full.
I'm not joking. So please get the basic knowledge in nutrition.
Yeah.
And then I think finally, before I let you go, because you've actually said a lot. Apart from food, what's the place of stress?
Oh my God.
How does stress affect a person with PCOS?
So it's in fact, I always say that stress is the enemy of the woman's
Like
everyone,
yeah.
especially the woman, because I always say something that small thing like this, hormonal imbalance, is stress.
It's stress.
So I've identified that there is good stress and there is bad
stress.
Right? So now that bad one is what we are going to avoid as much as possible. Stress has a way of, I forgot to mention, I was not sleeping well.
Oh, why?
That was part of the symptoms of PCOS.
Oh, you don't sleep
So
well?
I will stay awake till I can stay a whole day without sleeping.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll stay a whole day without sleeping.
And that's so bad for your body.
So bad.
Because your body needs that sleep to reset.
And that stress, let me tell you, that stress, it's not like maybe the stress will help you to sleep. You still be awake.
You'll be awake.
So a lot of things can be attributed to stress. Can be mental stress, work stress, plus even the fact that you have PCOS, the thought of it alone.
It's stressful. So how does one combat stress?
So one of the things that I did was that, first of all, before I say what I want to say, you don't take supplements except it is prescribed by your dietitian or doctor.
Okay.
Because I've seen situations whereby a lot of people, a lot of women, they take as much as 10 supplements, and I'm asking why.
Why?
I only take like 3 supplements. I take inositol, I take my folic acid, and I take
you take iron?
I take my inositol.
Okay.
Actually, the brand I take has a combination of iron and vitamin D.
Okay.
It has vitamin D, ashwagandha, and this thing, which is good for me. Then I take my folic acid, and then I take magnesium.
Okay.
So I don't take so much.
Okay.
Because people take this one, take this one,
Yeah,
take this
yeah.
one. Like now, they told us that people with PCOS are supposed to take omega-3. I found out that when I take the supplements, I react to it. So what do? I get it from my food.
Okay.
How do I get it? My
fish,
my fish,
sardines.
and all that, sardine and all that. Yeah. So that's one of it. But stress, one of the things I was able to do is, once I observe that I cannot take it anymore, I stop. That's number one.
Do you have to wait until you get to the point where you can't take it anymore, or do you?
I have to be mentally aware, because sometimes the truth is that sometimes we work too much, we do not know. So I learned to be mentally aware as a result of this condition, right? And which, by the grace of God, I was able to reverse the symptoms, right? So I had to be mentally aware. That's the first thing. Number 2, anytime I exercise.
Beautiful. I was going to ask you about
once I get to the point that I can't deal, I stop. So all those 2 hours in the gym, it can never be me.
In fact, let me tell you, the more you go hard at the gym, you are increasing your cortisol levels and you're stressing your life out.
In fact,
stop it. You know, even when I personally work out a lot, and when my gym instructor is saying we need to do 4 sets of an exercise, and I'm like, I'm okay at number 2. This exercise is stressing me out. I fight my gym instructor and I'm like, no, you want me to do 4, my body wants me to do 2.
Yeah.
And that's okay. The most important thing is that you're consistent at the gym. It's not necessarily how hard you go.
It's not how hard.
Because working out a lot can actually also cause stress in a woman.
Sometimes people spend as much as maybe like 3 hours in the gym.
It's not necessary.
For me,
it's not necessary.
30 minutes.
It causes a lot of stress.
30 minutes of good workout. If you want to walk, you can walk for 30-45 minutes to 1 hour. It's fine. You walk for those number of time is good. You want to do your strength training, you want to do HIIT, make sure it's not more than 20 to 30 minutes and you are fine.
Or maybe just listen to your body.
Listen to the
rhythm of your body. Because someone's body, some days your body can go 1 hour.
Yeah.
Some days it can go 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So just listen to
the don't go more than don't go more than 1 hour.
Don't go more than an hour.
When you're not horse, even horse knows when to rest.
As much as we've talked about movements, ensuring that you walk, you taking your daily steps, strength training, I think trying to build your muscle.
Yeah, it helps a lot. The only issue right now I have with strength training is that a lot of women that discover PCOS do not know how to start. So when you tell them strength training, they get scared. Yeah. So what I do is I tell them, okay, walk. We start small. When you start walking, when you start dancing, when you start jumping,
you start getting stronger.
Then the urge to carry weight comes.
And then when you start carrying the weight, don't now go and start carrying 20 kg weights.
No.
2 kg.
I beg you, please. So
do you start with 2 kgs?
You can start with 2.5. You can start with.
I remember when I started, the first day I got to the gym, my gym instructor was telling me to carry 5 kg weights. Koyemi, he wasn't hearing me.
He was not hearing you at all.
So I started with 2, and now sometimes I carry, for example, there's a leg press machine at the gym. I couldn't do do 20 kg when I started, 20 on each side.
Yeah,
now I do
40.
70 on each side.
That's awesome.
And this is 1 year into going to the gym. So I do 70 now.
There's nothing as good as being consistent.
I didn't
it's not
start
fire
with 70. I started with 10, I think. Then I progressed to 20.
Yeah.
And we kept growing and growing like that. And now I do 70. But it's better to be consistent and do it.
And grow
at it than try to just go and do everything at once. And I always say to people, it is not exercise that actually helps you with your weight loss or things like diabetes. Those things are good.
Yeah.
But if you are not taking care of your diet,
yes.
That's
I want to even stress so much on it, because even though I was giving the medicine and from time to time I was taking work, because I was not eating well. I was not seeing the results. So what I keep telling people is that if you give me 100% of everything about PCOS, how to reverse it, I'll tell you 70% is your food.
I think even 90%, if we're being honest.
It's just because I want to put place for medicine and exercise. That's why I said 70. 70% is your food, 20% is your exercise, then 10% is your medicine. Medicine and your supplements.
I see people who go to the gym and don't focus on their diet as, to be honest, I think it's the highest level of foolishness, because you're not dealing with the root cause of the problem. You're not dealing with the root cause. You are rather putting a band-aid over wound.
Exactly. It's going to decay and come out.
So the root cause is, what is causing that fat? What is causing the fat to stay locked on in your body? If you understand how that fat stays in your body, maybe do your research so you can find out for yourself how fat stays in the body. It's through the food that you eat. When you eat things like carbohydrate, your body converts it to sugar. And then when your insulin cannot spread, is trying to prevent the sugar from going into your bloodstream, it starts to pack the sugar around you. For example, your tummy area, your liver, and then the fat now starts to accumulate. That's how fat gets into the body.
Another thing again about carbohydrate is that if you don't eat complex carbs, if you don't eat complex carbs, it has a way of making you hungry
the more,
and you now keep eating and eating. But when you eat complex carb and then you combine it, see, the whole essence is eat a balanced diet.
Just eat right.
Eat a balanced diet.
So you can work out and spend hours at the gym,
but if you don't eat a balanced
diet, it's not going to do nothing for you.
If you don't concentrate on a balanced diet, and that is the music I keep singing every time. I have something that we are currently doing now in our stuff, and I always tell them when they send their food, I'm like, there's no vegetable here. Some of them, they only put vegetable, there's no protein, there's no carb. I'll tell them, no. Will this thing keep you full? Not sustainable. Somebody is eating fruit salad as breakfast. I'm like, no. This is a snack. It's a balanced diet. And when I talk to them, I tell them it depends on what you want to achieve. If you want to add weight, focus on your protein and some of your carbohydrates. You get. If you want to lose weight, focus on your protein and your vegetables. Do you need carb? Yes, but use a small portion. If you are trying to build muscle, make sure you get everything complete together. That's why if you see my husband's food, I saw the post that you made. My Jesus, his food is always his meat is there. It's a lot. So food is not your enemy. You just have to find a way to have develop a friendly good relationship with food. Babe, we've said a lot. We've talked a lot. But there's something you said that I want to bring out and make a big deal of. You talked about still keeping things in context within a person dealing with PCOS. How can they manage it? You said focus 70% on your diet. 20% on exercise and staying active, and then 10% on your medication. And I think that's an excellent formula for anyone who is dealing with it, because that's how Amaka was able to combat hers, and now she is in a safe zone. Congrats, darling. Congratulations. So, of course, seek medical advice. Yes. We're going to put Dr. Abosede's number. Yes, we are going to put her ORD. Yes, ORD Women's Clinic. Oh my God, I will never forget. So she is so good. She's very compassionate. Just in case you want a second, third opinion about it, you can just reach out to her and then she can help out. Girl, thank you. I forgot to mention yourself. There was someone in my group that followed all these things, and I got message she's pregnant. There was someone in my community. She had her first child, and then there was a long gap, and then she joined my community. I had like three. One had not seen her period. She saw her period. Then another person again. when Precious, she's the one that manages the BAM page, told me, Amaka, I'm screaming, this woman is pregnant. I was like, what? She applied everything.
You told her to do.
Food, this, that. She's
pregnant. Beautiful.
She is pregnant. Now she wants to join the other community that will help her to dance. I told her, she asked me, can she join? I said, yes, she can join. Now what is there? It's not to work. She needs to be fit with the pregnancy. Yeah, she should join now. Let her walk. Let her dance. It will even help her in the pregnancy journey. So,
oh my God.
That one was enough. I said, see, that was the only thing that gave me hope that I was doing the right thing. Because when I was doing everything, I was like, am I sure that this thing is working? Am I sure that this, only for me to now hear, Ma,
I'm pregnant.
This woman is pregnant. I said, like, imagine 10 years gap.
Wow.
She's pregnant.
Wow.
She's pregnant. Followed food. I didn't even tell her, eat this. I just said, follow this food portioning. You send your food, I will approve it. Follow this food portioning. Follow this. Eat this. Walk. Dance. I will send exercise to the group. Meet a doctor. They subscribe some medicine for her. I told her, this is how your medicine does not work. It's because you have not been doing this properly. Do this, take your medicine. Do this, take your medicine.
Take the medicine as a secondary.
Take it as a second. Like, you understand? Your food is your medicine.
Primary.
It's your medicine. Your food is your medicine. I always tell people, your food can kill or heal you. Let your food heal you.
Girl.
This girl is pregnant. This woman is pregnant. Omo. I say, I beg, look at myself. I have 2 pregnant women. 2 from this PCOS. Look at myself. Oh my Jesus.
And that's hope.
God.
That's actually hope for people. You people, please just do the right things.
Do the right
things. And Amaka, there's something I want us to do. I told you about this, and I think it's important that we do it. I believe so much in God, and I know you believe in God, and I heard you talk about it a little bit. So I want us to join our faiths together to pray for anyone out there who is watching, who may be going through this and maybe feeling some kind of way, especially mentally. They're not able to take it because they feel like, oh, I have this disease, and then maybe because of this I may not be able to give birth. And even with all this information that we have shared, sometimes when a person is not mentally fit or stable, they may not be able to take action. So I want us to pray for any woman who is watching that needs our prayers now. And our prayer will just be focused solely on helping them stay strong while they're going through this process.
I think it's very important because there was something I wanted to share with you. Though I was able to combat the symptoms, I'm not pregnant yet. You understand? It's another journey on its own again, right? But it takes the fact that I know that God is with me.
Yes.
You get, He's my Father, He's in me, I'm in Him. You understand? I'm locked up in Him, and I am never alone. And the fact that, He see me through this journey, and He will never keep me stranded. I know that He's going to come at the right time.
I love that.
So even though I am still in the waiting period, I have learned to rest. And that is one beautiful thing I have learned from the gospel, right? And it was Sister Moji Delano that helped me in that journey. Because when I wasn't pregnant, I was thinking, oh, it's because of some mistakes, because of this I did, or that one, or because I did not obey my mother. But when I learned that, Jesus Christ, God, I'm so sorry to go spiritual. Jesus Christ, God. When I realized that, Jesus Christ, God, has never left me. He's always in me. I even heard His voice saying, I never left you. It has helped me in this waiting period. That even after I was able to reverse the symptoms, 1 year later, I am still not pregnant. Do I feel down? Of course, yes. But I keep hearing in my spirit that I am in you, you are in me, and you are fine, and it's going to come at the best time. Just keep doing your thing, let me do my thing. So I have learned to rest.
I like that strength about
I've
you.
Learned to rest.
That's a beautiful thing.
And I'm going to pray for you that in the name of Jesus, that God, you will feel the palpable presence of God in your life. You will feel Him like never before. You will, in fact, you will feel Him so much that even in your waiting, even in your trying to reverse it, you experience the utmost love of God in everything that you do in the name of Jesus. And He's going to lead you to the right people. He's going to connect you. If you are not married, He's going to lead you to the right community that will help you, that will help your mind through this journey. And when you, even those of you that are married, that are expecting, God is going to help you. He's not going to give you a yoke that you cannot bear. No, He's not a wicked Father. He's a wonderful Father. I pray in the name of Jesus that you are going to feel the palpable presence of God. That all through this journey you are going to feel Him, and He's going to direct your path. You are going to feel it so strongly, and you are going to enjoy angelic assistance in everything that you do in the name of Jesus. And I want you to also tell yourself every day, except if you just want to combat the symptoms and you don't want to be a mom, I want to tell yourself every day, I am a mother. I am a mother. I say it every time.
That's the place of
I am a mother. I'm a mother. I have twins in my family, and I say I'm a mother of twins.
Hallelujah.
So people call me Mama Ejima, and I take it as my name. I take it as my name. So they are not here yet, but I keep saying it. I am a mom. Even when your period comes, God, I thank you because, or my father, I call God my father because He's my father. You get, when I hear Gabi and everything, I remember that He's my father first. So I tell Father, I thank you because you have made me a mom, and I'm a mom of twins.
Hallelujah.
When anything happens, God, I thank you.
Remember,
even in my tears, I will never forget one day, I cried, and I cleaned my tears. I said, God, I thank you because I'm a mom.
And that's the faith that God
thank you because children are surrounding my table. They are going to play on this table to stop me. I was saying it in tears, and I will move on.
Don't make me cry, girl. And I tell you, that's the faith that God honors. And I pray, as you have prayed for people, I'm praying for you as well, that in the name of the Lord Jesus, your heart desires will be mightily made manifest at God's perfect time. And when it happens, it will be so perfect. It will be so beautiful, and you will forget all of those times that you cried, the times that you were anxious or worried. It will definitely happen for you. And girl, I'm coming to celebrate you.
No wahala. Let me shock you, Seth. Someone gave a big mommy of mine said, I'm giving your children scholarship. I just looked down. Una dey here. She's waiting for you to come out. She's waiting for you to come out. You already have scholarship waiting for you like this. Better come out now in the name of Jesus.
Oh my God, this was such a wholesome conversation. I think I deserve
Thank you so much. No wahala.
Thank you for coming on the couch. Thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your story. I'm sure that a lot of women out there have been inspired by it. I know that I have been, because hearing you talk and then hearing the strength in your voice, I have a totally different level of respect for you. I'm not even kidding you. So thank you so much for coming. I also want to use this opportunity to say a big thank you to Aproko Doctor, because I've experienced both of them personally, and I know how much that man loves his woman. Thank you for standing by her. The male community is proud of you, bro. Even though I'm not a man, I know my fellow brothers are proud of you. They're proud of you, and I just wanted to say thank you. And this episode would not have been complete without just giving you all of your flowers. So thank you so much.
You deserve a room full of flowers, man. A truck full of flowers. Everything, the world full of flowers. He deserves it. He deserves it.
So I hope that this episode for you has been as inspirational, and for me, I'm just all shades of emotions right now. I know I've learned a thing or two. I hope you have learned a thing or two. And if you're a woman out there dealing with PCOS, know that it's actually possible to manage it excellently well and come out on the other side winning. Amaka has shared her journey with us and how she has overcome it. I hope that you can take the practical steps that she shared with us and apply it to your own life and find yourself on the other side of the story as well. And believe so much in the prayer that she prayed, because prayers actually truly work. I also pray for you that you have the peace of Jesus at this time, and that peace garrisons your heart and your mind as you go through your own journey of overcoming PCOS. That's all we have for you for today's episode. I'll definitely see you again on the couch with another guest. And of course, course, I mean, if you have a guest that you want me to bring on the couch to talk about anything health related, healthy conversations about health, food and lifestyle, and then anything in the culinary space in general, please just leave me a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll be more than glad to go scout for that person and ensure that they come on the couch with Winnie. I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye.